Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying a delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Welcome to the morning show with Dawn and Freddie S., the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Welcome to the morning show. Yes, and next to me is...
Not Dawn,
but I got the clown next to me.
What did you do with Dawn? I'm the clown, and now she's a blue.
First of all, we should not reveal the fact, because people are going to say, who is that? And we could have run that for a while.
Yeah.
No, they're going to forget, don't worry.
No, I'm Dawn. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she just went. She went to St. Augustine and drank from the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, is that what happened?
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you, Dawn can probably match up to 30-year-old anyway. So who knows? But anyway, welcome. Dawn will be with us for the midday show. She went to take care of some business at Plantation. She'll be back in a little bit. Are we missing 2 cameras out in the theater?
I believe so.
So they have to be in that bag. We have to take them out. All right. I guess Gato didn't take it apart yet. I wanted to talk real quick about what we did yesterday. We were on a boat. And for those of you that didn't watch, which I wouldn't see why, but it's the first time we ever streamed anything at that level. And we were on open waters. And in the past, that has never worked. And we came up with some real wild ideas. There's a gizmo that you put on shore, and you shoot it at the boat, and the boat shoots it back, and that shoots it so that you can stream it. That was back in the day. It was one of the ideas we came up with. Not a very good idea, but it was an idea, because the further you went out, the weaker the signal. But yesterday, if you got to see the video, you got to see that it worked out really, really nice. I got some phone calls about it, asking me if magically you guys have made it appear we were on a boat.
Yeah. It's all CGI.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was just one big green screen. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it wasn't. And there were things that happened to us on the way out there, right?
Oh.
We lost an engine.
And the anchor didn't work.
And the anchor didn't work.
Isn't that the name of isn't that in a song somewhere?
It should be.
Like, the engine won't start and something or another. I don't remember it, but I believe it was a song that talks about that.
Well, the funny thing is that Captain Chris had just spent X amount of dollars to redo the whole boat because he knew we were coming. Mm-hmm. And he was shocked that the engine didn't go on.
Angry.
He was angry that the anchor... So what happens is when you go out in the inlet, you have to have an anchor because that water is constantly rushing in a certain direction.
Oh, yeah.
So next thing you know, we'll be in Orlando, you know? So we were trying to figure out what to do with it. So what they did is, you ever seen the piece of wood hanging out?
Like the post that'll say, no wake and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We tied ourselves to that.
Bruh.
Yeah, he freaking lassoed it on to the pole, and it was scary. I don't know how
Who
it
lassoed
stayed,
the captain?
No, Captain Peter, another captain.
Yeah.
It was on the boat with us. And the funny thing is that the way the waves were moving, they had to position the boat against the water so that the waves constantly kept it away from this piece of wood, so it doesn't bang into it. I thought it was ingenious.
So smart.
And it took a little try to get it on the wood, and it tried to get us back into the port, right? They had like 6 seconds. This G-Man jumped out of the boat, and he was holding
He started
the rope.
docking it, yeah.
That was hilarious. I think he found
It's
his
Yeah, I
like,
should have
What's
used
going
the
on
grappling
here?
hook in the back of the car.
Well, it wasn't a grappling. I mean, this thing is way out in the pier. But again, people just make it sound like we show up with a camera and we do this thing.
It's always an adventure.
And then you guys actually called into the set. I saw. I didn't even know that. I thought we were calling them. I guess
no,
they
'cause
called
we
us.
can't call them. We were streaming.
Yeah.
That's
So they
like
were
if we,
calling
that's like
us.
if we were doing the midday show, people call us.
Gotcha.
That's how that was working. So.
And it worked. The
Yeah.
camera worked. She walked around talking
Yeah.
to you. That was. There was a lot of firsts. Yes, it was a interesting shoot. It was a lot of fun. It seems like you guys are having a ball of laughs here.
Busy here. Yeah.
I can see your hair grew an inch.
Yeah.
We left a lot of things to be done. We got parties to go to. We have invitations. I saw you guys put some stuff
Yesterday
out.
was good though. We got a lot of stuff done. Everybody was good.
What you think, Nina? Was good? Was it good yesterday?
Yeah,
You got a lot done?
sure.
I saw that you had your group there in the lobby and not quite sure where we were going.
Nina leads seminars in Premiere, so whenever we have a question, she's like, okay, everyone come here, we're all going to sit down, this is how I do everything, I'm really awesome, and now I'm going to teach you how to do it, and it's really great.
And
I
it
need to
worked?
join those
I love it.
seminars.
It was so much fun.
Nina's seminar.
Like, Nina walked in, and I told her I did something on Premiere, and I'm like, you'll be proud of me. She's like, I'm always proud of you. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
it's so nice.
I mean, like,
Best teacher.
I understand, like, I came from, like, an environment that was, like, really strict, and I did not learn that way. I hated learning that way. So I was like, if people want to just sit there and watch me, like, do what I do, like, literally, I had Maddie yesterday. Literally, I was sitting editing my video, and I was like, stop me at any time if you have any questions about what I'm doing, because I know I'm chaotic when I edit. And then, like, literally 5 seconds later, she goes, oh, how'd you do that? And I sat there and explained it, and then it gathered everyone else in the room, and everyone else was just watching me edit.
So you have 15 people around you?
It was more like 4, but like, but like, yeah.
But that's good because it's the way you learn,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's an adventure to learn to do something, and then you want to be good at it.
Yeah, I did something yesterday that I didn't even know you could do just because I heard Nina explaining it to someone else.
Nice.
And she's just such a good teacher.
That's a good idea.
Well, let me know when those seminars are happening.
They
I
just
know.
they're impromptu. They're impromptu. Whenever I open my laptop
You
is
should
when
just
they
get like a
are.
megaphone and be like, seminar happening right
Studio
now,
B,
seminar.
Studio B.
Well, I saw today on the news that AI now is threatening like 40% of the workforce,
Yeah.
including sales jobs. I didn't even know that was doable because I always thought the sales job, you had to have like the feel to sell people like at a restaurant.
Mom was just reading an article about AI. Who wrote the article?
I don't know who wrote the
Yeah.
article. This was on the news, but I was reading about how it's affecting the restaurant business. So, a waiter comes and they ask you, what do you suggest? Or this bottle of wine. Or somebody orders something, the food isn't good. You would say, well, instead of this, maybe you should try that, whatever. AI now is going to make it, they're going to have a robot come out. And I seen one.
They have those at a lot of restaurants.
Yeah.
And they
There's-
take
there's
the
one here.
orders. But they don't, everybody is so like, wow, it's a robot. I'm in the Jetsons. That they order whatever, the things that don't make no sense. It doesn't matter what it tastes like, because the thing is not going to argue with you. You're going to say, okay.
And then people are mean to the robots. It makes me really sad.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
people
They're
like shove
mean?
the robots and push them to the ground.
What?
You need to be mean
It's
to the
so
robots.
mean.
You can't.
Why?
You can't be nice.
No.
Okay, well, first off, do you want to pay for that if you break it? Why would you risk that?
But why
That
would you
too.
touch it?
But it's
Exactly.
mean.
Of course, that's a thought going through your head.
At this point, AI has
I
feelings.
had to
Let's
pay-
not be
I mean,
mean
yeah.
and bully the AI.
What about real people?
What
Yeah,
about-
that's a good point.
I say bully real people. Don't bully
Yeah.
AI.
Whoa!
So
Wow.
people need to be humbled. People need to be humbled.
That's so
I'm a
real.
firm believer.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of bullying when you grow up.
The
Yes.
robot.
What if
That's
There was-
character development.
What if there was a robot serving the ice cream to kids, the ices?
That's great.
The Kona
I
ice,
don't.
yeah.
That
But
means
that
I
mean
don't
you
have
won't
those
serve
kids.
But you won't have a job.
I will find a different job.
Oh, so you don't mind if you're replaced by a robot?
At
Yeah,
Kona
well,
Ice, no. I do
Like,
not mind.
ideally, the robots would be taking all of the crappy jobs anyway.
Yeah. There's
Like,
like it's like
Nobody wakes up in the morning and is like, I cannot wait to clock into my job in the mines, or I can't wait to clock into McDonald's. You know?
Yeah.
Like, no, the robots should take those jobs, but like...
I would love working at McDonald's. I think that would be fun.
Oh, well, you know what? They're always hiring.
You sound like the Kardashians, like when they did that little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Where were they? They did.
Wait, hold on a second. You guys get a job. Do you get a job because it pays you a check or because you like doing it?
Right now,
A
it's,
little
it
bit
pays
of
you a
hopefully
check.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
I feel like until you're like out of college looking for your career, it's you're getting a check and you're making it.
But then why do you do it if you don't really like it? Because you're not
no
gonna.
choice.
But you're not gonna do it well.
Sometimes you have no other choice, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you beat up children,
I don't beat up kids. I do not beat up
you
kids.
slam your truck against
She
another
throws her
truck.
slushies at them.
Yes.
You slam your truck, you slam your
Do the Glee
slushy.
thing.
Sometimes
allow
I
you
slam
to
the
do
window
that.
in their face if they're annoying me.
They should allow you to do that.
They don't allow you to do it. They ask you not to do
Well, no,
it, but
I'm
she has a job.
Oh,
They-
my
they
boss,
should allow
my
her
old
to
boss
do that.
in Maryland, she would let me do that. She was an ex-cop. She don't play around. She had 3 kids banned from a snowball place and had their pictures hanging up from the cameras. It was crazy.
Wow.
She means business.
So you guys would just do a job to do it. You don't care if you like it, don't like it, just do it to do it.
I mean, I
No.
picked my job over other jobs because I thought out of all of these options, this would be the most fun, probably.
So what did you give up? What other jobs?
Service jobs.
Like
I didn't want to, like a waitress, or I worked at a fish shack before doing carry out.
oh, that's
Wow.
kind of fun.
No, I smelled like fish.
Well, now you smell like ice cream. I mean,
It's better to smell like sugar than it is to
oh,
smell
so
like
you
fish.
gave up the fish job? You gave that up because you smell like fish?
Yeah, and they didn't
Oh,
pay
wow.
well, and then they wouldn't
I have to
sell me
take
very
what I
well
can
either.
get.
Yeah.
Wow. So then, if you're forced to do something that you don't want to do, would you do the fishy, smelly job?
If it pays enough to pay my rent, yes.
What if it didn't?
Then no.
What,
Yeah.
what if it's one
It's
of...
better than being unemployed, but
Yeah.
it is near the bottom of my list for choices.
Well, as my mother would say, all work is honorable.
Yes.
So I come from a family that goes, look, as long as they're giving you a paycheck, you do what they say.
So you went to college to learn that?
No, that's what my mom taught me.
So when you guys go to college and you get your degree, did you learn discipline? Is that why you went to school? Is to learn that somebody's going to pay you a check and you're going to take it?
I mean, not really. You just hope that you gain enough skills throughout the classes that you have to, in order to like secure a job. Maybe not in like your direct field, because that's also a misconception. It's like you don't have to get a job in your direct field. You just hope that you've learned enough throughout your classes to get a job you can apply those skills to.
Gotcha.
Like, I majored in sports management, but most of my degree I just learned general marketing with a concentration in sports, you know.
And you play sports?
I did, yeah.
You did? You
Yeah.
stopped doing it?
I stopped
Hung
a
up
year
your
and a half into
cleats?
college.
Really?
Yeah.
You into college? You didn't go
Yeah.
to college to play sports?
I did. I only found Lynn because they reached out to me for lacrosse.
And why'd you play for lacrosse? So
Yeah.
why'd you stop?
My mental health.
Really?
Yeah. It was either I took myself off the field or it was not going.
Did it bring that much pressure, the game?
It
the
was
winning and all that?
Yeah,
Discipline?
it's a lot of pressure, and I felt that I put in a lot of my time and effort, and the coaches there have certain stigmas and biases towards certain players, so if you weren't in their top 12, it really wasn't going to make a difference.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to wake up at 6 a.m. every day and be miserable, and I've never quitted. I've never regretted quitting.
I remember when I was coaching high school football that the discipline, they used to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
The coaches came up with that scheme, and I sort of reasoned with them that you'll probably get more out of them at 7 o'clock than you will at 6. And the team is only going to do as well as the team feels. So if you have a player like her, then you have other players like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to sort of listen to your team, and that's what makes a good coach. If you don't listen to your team, you're going to have issues.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to win, and it's going to become frustrating.
Yeah, I got one for you. What's the dumbest reason someone got fired?
That I know someone.
Or yourself.
Well, I basically got fired from my first job working at a restaurant because I told them I'm going back to school, so I can't work every day because I was in high school and it was during COVID and I was going back in person, and then they stopped scheduling me. So,
What were you doing that there?
oh, I'm a student.
I got one better. I was a cart pusher at Walmart, but when the hurricane was coming through, I asked them if I could go up to Orlando to ride it out with my brother, since I didn't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
they gave me permission, but they forgot to tell me they wanted me back the day after to go back to the job, and that's what they fired me for.
You know, everybody has their own color crayons. How can I tell you? People who run businesses. How come you guys never decide to open up your own business?
I don't want
Because
to.
I'm
You know how
21.
expensive that is?
I don't want to be in charge of people.
$233. I know exactly how expensive it is.
It's really just opening up your own LLC and then going from there.
I was
Yeah.
thinking
Like,
of
there's
doing
some-
that for
like a-
Well, hold
putting
on.
expenses as a tax write-off.
Yeah, that's what I have my own LLC.
Well, do you guys know how to open up your own business?
No.
Well, maybe that's the right answer. Is that you don't know how to, not that it's expensive. or
I
anything
don't know
else.
how to.
What's your business called?
It's my initials. It's Ham LLC.
Ham LLC.
Yes, those are my initials.
I would invest in that.
Thank you. But it's gonna work because I'm gonna have my own business eventually. So now it's just gonna be there until that.
And
Actually
you should
is in
invest
fruition.
in yourself, open up your own business, your own LLC, and decide what you're gonna do with it, how you would do it, and what makes you different at doing it. Then I got together with some people from college, and I said, well, why don't the four of us open up, which is the way I started when I was 20. I opened it up. Back in the day, it used to cost $185 to open one. I don't even remember what the hell we did. It was some kind of service. And we ended up being together for 3 years, and everybody went their own way, and I never looked back, because working for somebody sometimes is very difficult.
Oh yeah, it's hard to get into business with like multiple people.
It
Sometimes,
is. So, yeah.
heads clash and.
Heads clash, ideas, a lot of cooks in the kitchen. But that's what you go to school to learn, that discipline, no? How to get along with one another.
No, I didn't learn that in school. I just learned that
You didn't?
outside of
Yeah,
school.
you were always a rebel. But in school, you're supposed to go to be able to work with other people and learn this stuff. So my concern is that I look at what's going on around us. A lot of people think that what we do isn't even work. A lot of the things that we do, we don't prep for. We don't have our seminars to
Isn't that the
teach.
song "Working for a Living"?
Dolly Parton?
No, the other one. Was it? I don't remember what.
9 to 5?
No, there's one where he's saying like
It's not Dolly
where he
Parton
doesn't.
songs.
Then you can.
I think he likes Dolly Parton.
At 9 and start your sleeping job to get your pay. That one.
I don't know what you call it. All I know is that sometimes if you don't find what you're looking for, you have to create it.
Exactly.
So maybe this clown idea would be
Maybe you start
Are
a
you
clown
ready?
God, I'm gonna be
business.
the new Miss Rachel of clowns.
Oh Lord.
I want to.
It's funny. Can you
Start going
imagine?
to
I'm gonna
parties
have to wake up
and-
every morning, draw my smile on.
Well, that's the
Those
problem. Even with the
antidepressant
smiles
pills.
painted on it, you're still crying at home.
But don't they have a mask now?
Already in therapy.
Yeah.
Don't they have a
anymore.
mask that you put on? It's like
But
Mission
those are
Impossible.
scary.
No, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. No,
You
I
ever
know what
seen-
you're
you
talking
know what I'm
about.
talking
Yeah,
about?
of course.
It's like to your skin.
Yeah.
And you take it off and you put
Yeah.
it there on that machine, and then you put it back on, and it'll be instant, and nobody will
Just
know
like in
that
your
it's a
face.
mask. It's like real, right? You
Yeah.
see
You're
it.
talking about
Yep.
prosthetics.
Okay, is that the word?
I don't know.
Those are good.
Well, yeah, because it's
movies,
like
the
very
first two.
skin-like and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. What
Or I could
prosthetic
just
you?
paint on my face.
You gonna
I was
do that
okay
every
with
day?
that. I don't. Who does the stuff every day? I gotta do this every day. I'm not
Movie
even
stars.
here every day.
What if what if it explodes?
You know what? Kids grow up.
But then more kids are
Nope.
born.
Then they grow up, and that's it.
Unfortunately.
And then I grow up. And that's
No,
that.
you're grown. I think that's a good business. I
I mean,
think.
you could just use your Jello mix to make that stuff.
No, let's not go back to the Jello mix. Let's not go there.
The
You guys remember Bozo the Clown?
Yeah,
Remember his show? I know you do. You guys know who Bozo the Clown is?
I think we got a
You
couple
remember
here.
Luba?
Well, I don't know. I know of him, but I saw him once at
Bozo the Clown?
Santa's Enchanted Forest.
He had a show on the air for kids, and he was very famous. He scared the hell out of me. Never wanted to go to the circus because of him, but he did really, really well.
So, would you say you have chlorophobia?
I don't know what that is, but
Fear
okay.
of clowns.
Yeah, it's
I've
somewhere.
also seen a knockoff Bozo the Clown.
Well, I went to see It in the movie.
Oh, such
Ter-
cheesy movies.
Terrified me.
Really?
So cheesy.
Well,
I was actually going like this.
Like the original It.
The-
you're
the
referring to,
original,
too.
like-
The original.
From the
looking at
70s?
it now, I feel like it's not
the adult
fair.
TV.
Well, actually, you guys
There's
know
also
that
1990.
story
No,
was
Clowns don't scare me
influenced
like
by
that.
another writer. What? It?
I
So
do.
the thing about the clown that makes it scary isn't the clown. That's all your brain can understand. That if you saw it,
Spielberg did it,
you
didn't?
would lose your mind.
Didn't Spielberg do that movie?
No, it's a Stephen King story.
Oh, Stephen King. Yeah.
And Stephen King was influenced by H.P. Lovecraft.
You guys ever go to a movie, terrifying movie, and be terrified that you close your eyes?
Oh, what movie?
No.
What?
Any movie.
Yeah, I did that when I
Terrifying
saw.
movie.
I think one of the Annabelle movies in theaters.
No.
Annabelle,
Serious?
the doll. You ever seen Annabelle the doll, the movie?
Those
I
aren't
think
scary.
all
I
of those
think I-
movies are like actually horrible.
I think I did for one of the Insidiouses.
The first Insidious is the
There's
only good
actually one scene in the Insidious movie where I do close my eyes. I think it's
Yeah.
at the end. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's one or two, but that's the only movie I've ever closed
You
my
never
eyes on.
screamed in a movie theater because something joked at you or dropped
No,
popcorn
like,
or
I'm
something?
like,
I
Sometimes I'll get
I'm
jump
jumpy,
scared, but like
I don't scream.
I don't close my eyes.
It's
Yeah.
like it's so predictable now.
There were-
Actually, there's
Really?
one.
Yes. Yeah.
There's actually a scene in a movie that I saw that creeped me out, and it's not like a gory movie. It's not like but there's a subtle creep factor that gets under your skin. It's this movie called The Mothman Prophecies.
No, I saw that.
Oh, I heard about
well,
that movie.
the movie Long
What-
Legs.
Long
Did you hear
Legs,
about
I
that?
saw.
That
Long
was
Legs
the
is
one
cool.
movie recently where I was like at the screen like.
That you
was the
found
one-
scary?
It was like eerie. Like that's
Well,
like a build-up type of movie where
yeah.
you're like you
Wow.
don't know what's gonna come up next.
What's
Really?
his name? Nicolas Cage.
Cage.
It was
Yeah.
it was a great movie.
Nicolas Cage. is
Great
a crazy
movie. It was the
one.
junkiest movie I've ever seen.
Because it's a very like indie type movie, so that's why you probably didn't like it.
Well, Alien was pretty scary because you don't even see the alien half the movie.
No, Alien didn't scare me either. Ever seen The Exorcist?
Yeah, I
original?
saw that.
That's not
I saw
scary.
that at 3.
The original.
I saw that in
Terrible.
middle school.
Did
in
you see
class.
All those
I saw it
frickin'
at 3 years
films
old.
From back
I'm
then,
gonna
those
tell
horror
you,
films
I
are
saw-
terrible.
Like the
They're-
Scream movies, I'd laugh the whole
I
time.
was
There's
I was
nothing-
12 when I went to
Those are
see The
scary. They're good
Exorcist.
movies, though.
I didn't sleep for 3 days.
Because
I
The
was
Exorcist.
terrified.
That's
Yeah, my sister kept saying, "Freddie, the bed is shaking." It
Oh my god.
was horrible. It scared the crap out of me.
The only movie that terrified me as a kid was The Ring.
I used to think that movie was so cool.
I thought it was real.
The
like,
Ring.
I thought
Yeah.
after I watched that movie, after I watched that tape in the movie, I was gonna get a
Do
phone
you
call and I
guys
was
know
gonna
on
die
the
in 7
DVD you
days.
can actually watch the actual footage from the tape as an Easter egg?
I don't want to,
No.
because I'm still gonna think I'm
Oh,
gonna
wow.
die.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, once
Actually,
you activate
no,
it,
you know what? You
the
just
ki-
reminded me
you
of.
can't go back to the menu, and once you go back to the menu, you hear a phone ringing.
Hold on a second. The Ring is a what was the
There-
movie about?
It was a J horror film about this tape that shows you these disturbing images, but then after it, the phone rings and you have 7 days before you die.
Well, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only movie, because you just reminded me of it. No movie has ever scared me except for this one. The original Grudge. The
Yep, that's in
original
the same
Japanese
arc
Oh,
as
the,
Grudge.
That
the
was
original
scary.
Grudges are kind of creepy.
But not
was
the
creepy.
American one, the Japanese one, the one that's in Japanese. The original one, that one scared me.
Well,
when
do
I
you
was
guys
like
know
a
that
kid.
the girl from The Grudge and The Ring are the same type
Yeah.
in Japanese folklore?
Well,
Yeah.
like that noise is like. "Arr."
You
she's
you
like,
scare easily?
Yeah.
I
I
actually
don't
do that.
I don't like horror movies.
If there's ever like a person that like distorts their bodies and you hear the bones cracking,
contortionist.
I love
miss
that.
me.
My ex-wife.
Bones cracking.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Forgot I had that.
Freddie when he
song.
gets out of bed.
Bones cracking is like a.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Well, actually, to get that
turns
sound
me-
effect in The Grudge, they just used to come.
Like the end of
I
the
heard
Smile
that. Nobody
movie,
else heard
when
that.
like the monster
The Smile
came
2
out.
or 1?
I haven't seen the second one, but
Oh,
like the
I
first
can't remember
one,
the first one.
like the monster
same
just
thing
came out and
happens.
it was like.
Yeah.
Hey, Steph, any movie scare you?
No.
No? You don't get scared easily?
I feel like she doesn't watch movies.
Do you watch them? Do you ever go to the movie? Have you ever been to a movie? Yeah?
I watched The Rain.
No, we're back to that movie.
I was really, really little though. So
That's
Give
what
it
I'm
a mic.
saying. It scared me when I was younger.
There's another great movie out there that you might like called An American Haunting, which is based on a real life event.
That I saw. I didn't like it. I fell asleep on that movie. All right, let me ask you a question. So I have a house where 15 people were murdered. And there's still blood in some of the rooms because they couldn't get it all out. They tried and it keeps coming back and everything. And the place is haunted. It keeps coming back. Sometimes blood on paint. You have to take the sheetrock down to dismiss it, and they didn't want to do that. But this house
Are
is...
you serious right now?
Yeah.
How does blood just keep coming back?
Because they don't know why. They cut it out and everything, and just for some reason it keeps coming
I
back.
thought
Some
this was like a
places are like that.
hypothetical.
It's not
Let me finish the
hypothetical.
story.
Let me finish, Coño. So this house can be rented. And the challenge is that you will not last 2 nights in this house.
What
Where
if
is
you
it?
last more than 2? Like, is there a prize?
So we can make it a prize. So if you make it past what kind of money or whatever, what's the prize that we require? But first of all, we should do it as a group.
I do it as a
spend
group.
2 nights in the
I
house.
could do that.
As a bigger group, I do it as a bigger
What?
group.
Wait, what can I bring with me?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You.
Maybe like clothes.
Can I bring
toothbrush.
like my AirPods?
Yeah.
No, you
Just
have
keeping
to.
out the noise.
Did we
Yeah,
go
no,
like
actually.
grocery shopping before?
We get
Like,
food
we got
and
like
water.
good stock.
They stock the fridge and everything for you. You can
Do
bring
they give you
anything you
liquor?
want.
They have Diet Coke.
No liquor. And you
That
can
looks
do
like
anything you want.
that sounds like a Coke
Shit,
commercial.
important question over there.
The history has been that people have brought not Diet Coke. So people have brought earpods, and something happens that all the electronics die.
That's because
That's
spirits
common.
suck the energy out of
Yeah.
them.
People are saying that they put something in the basement that kills all phones.
Yeah,
your
like
phone,
an EMP or something.
your phone doesn't work. Nothing works. You got to go in there. There's a camera they have somewhere. They don't tell you where.
It'd be like paranormal
In case you
activity.
have
I'd do it.
a heart attack.
Well, how
Because
much
people have died in the house. That's why there's 50
How much
people
money
have
did
died.
they give you?
Yeah,
I don't
what's
remember what the prize was. I don't know if it was a
Where is
trip
it?
to
The name of the
Tahiti or whatever. I know where the house is, but forget about all that. My question is,
No, because now I'm
would
genuinely
you-
curious.
Now
I
I
would
want
do
to
it.
go.
I would do it. Yeah.
would you do it? Would you sign up to do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
I know
ghost,
you're
like,
lying
the
because
haunted would
we
be
would
sent
vibe.
basement.
Yeah,
Jules,
it can't
we
be
would
in
do a little
Florida.
seance.
She's right. It can't be in Florida because you said basement.
Yeah.
No, it's not in Florida.
Yeah.
The haunting wouldn't be the issue. I would be annoyed if the people would want to leave.
Yeah,
Like,
they would be
I
like, I heard
would be
something.
like my social battery would be drained if I had to be 2 days with just
You'd have to be with the right people.
yeah,
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay,
like my dog.
Or
Let's-
have a
let's
alone
repeat.
time.
let's repeat the question.
Yes, we said yes. I'd do it.
Look around this room with you guys going as a group. This group.
Oh,
What
this
you doing?
group.
This group.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Probably not.
No.
I think Abdullah's starting to fall asleep over here.
No, I'm not.
You wouldn't do it.
No.
No.
Why?
I would.
I'd probably go into a psychosis and go clinically insane
Mhm.
before the
Yeah.
spirits made me insane and possess me.
Mhm.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feelings
I love
mutual.
all
It's
of you
okay.
guys,
but-
Yeah.
Wow.
We're just coworkers.
Maybe it's
Wow.
a real thing.
I don't know like this.
So you guys only would go with people
Oh
you're
my
comfortable
God.
with? I know. I don't understand this
I
whole
would
thing.
do it.
What if the grand prize was $1 million?
and I had to
And
go
it
with
had
the
to be
people in this
us?
room.
Well, we
Then
have
yeah.
to split
And I
it.
had to split it
Or
between
was
all
it
the people in this
would-
room.
would it be a
Oh,
different-
what are you? And you had to split it? Even if you had to split it, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, maybe I'd do it then.
Like, why
It
are you
only
even
would
saying
be,
and
like-
you had to
it's
split
only like
it?
a little over 100,000
This
because there's
economy?
9 people in
That's
here.
life-changing money, and that's 9 people that the ghosts have to pick on. Guess what? They can't get
you a
all of
house
us.
in this economy.
I
In-
think they
in-
can. There's 15 to 9.
Well, and Freddie said that
15 to
15.
you know,
people died.
people have died in there, so that
Heart
means we
attacks.
might all, like, 9 of us go in, but not all 9 will come out, so you leave with more money.
It's like Squid Game.
I'll
Oh,
take-
so we just kill each
Yeah.
other. in the
Oh.
games.
I'll
Okay,
take the
last
Squid
man
Game.
standing
That's
type
so
vibe.
nice.
Some
Table.
game.
Yeah,
That's
no, but you
understanding.
can't
I
clue
mean, you know,
it.
if it's free game, you know.
You can't clue it because he said there's cameras.
Oh,
Well,
that's
one guy
true.
went in.
Just
He
poison
went.
everyone.
One guy
That-
went in. and He got mad
Slowly.
and he chopped up.
Coworkers.
He chopped up 6 bodies. So
Oh
that
my
was 6 of the
God.
15. And then there's heart attacks and everything else. I'm just asking you, would you take the chance?
Yes.
And the more history that you learn about this house,
Yeah, I
people
would.
don't make it.
I want to do things like that.
It's
I wanna
boarded
go to
up. There's no
places.
way of leaving. They lock the doors.
I think we should do a show where, like, we go to haunted places.
That's what Jay and I want to do.
Hey, why don't we go to
I'm
St.
so
Augustine?
down.
It's one of the oldest cities in America. It's supposedly haunted.
St. Augustine?
Yeah.
I've been to St. Augustine countless times.
I haven't.
I
I've
think
been wanting to
Savannah
go
has
there
like
for
a
a
lot of
while.
haunted ghost
Yeah.
tours.
I did a-
So
Savannah.
does Key West.
I did a ghost tour in St. Augustine with a guy who gives you this gizmo, and I was wearing an earpiece to hear it, and I went over to a tree. This is right
Spirit
at the
box.
beginning of this tour, and and the guy was talking to me in Spanish. So I said to him, "What is your name?" He said, "My name is Jose." I says, "Where are you?" He says, "They hung me at this tree."
Oh.
So I said to him, "Come on, Jose, I don't believe that. What color is my shirt?" He said, "Blue." And do you know what color my shirt was?
Blue.
Green.
Blue.
That'd be a very bad story if it wasn't blue.
Yeah.
So when the tour guy heard that, he says, "We have to go now." I said, "Why?" I said to him, "I'll pay you what I'm paying you just to stay
Yeah,
here."
I'm trying to talk to Jose.
I'm going to tell you something. And the guy, he was talking about how he was hung and why. He was telling me his life story. It freaked me out.
When was this?
about 2 years ago, because I go to St. Augustine for Thanksgiving every year. And I did the tour guide. And I'm going to tell you, you sure you would do it for $1 million?
Where'd
What
you
if it
find
was
them?
$500,000?
Because I went to St. Augustine, and the only tour that I had was with this guy dressed up as Jack Sparrow.
No,
We paid him like $20, and he was in the back
There's
of
a
a bar.
certain town in St. Augustine
Oh,
that's
wow.
like very haunted.
I'll show
where they
you.
do a lot of those tours, and there's like a lighthouse. That's a very haunted lighthouse.
I went there.
You've been there when they bring like the pirate ships by
Yeah.
past the bridge? That shit, it's so cool.
It reminds me of him all the time. And the Pirate Museum, I love it.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
it was...
there's a pirate store up there. That's actually where I got the sash and the flintlock from.
Well, all I know is that I stay in a house. It's called Dungeons and Lanterns. And the candles holders, every time I wake up in the morning, are upside down.
Yeah. Old Town is really cool.
So it depends on what you believe in. So you guys would do it for $1 million. Look, you got a new...
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, you wouldn't do it? Okay, so one less. Anybody else know?
What is the
I've
You
given
would do
my
it?
I
I've given
would
my
do it.
stipulations.
Would you do it?
proposal?
Depends.
What is the proposal?
It's $1 million to stay in a haunted house where 15 people were killed.
But it's this
2
group of
days.
people.
And it has to be this
2
group of
days.
people.
I don't know if I would do it.
But would your answer change if it was a group of people that you got to pick?
2 days. It's only 2 days.
Like people that passed away that I could pick?
No, like people you're stuck with, like
Oh.
your friends or stuff. Like if you got to pick the people.
I don't know. I probably feel. I don't know.
I feel like if I got to choose my friends, we would all try to mess with each other. And like get them to leave so they get larger portions of the money.
Okay. Oh, well, I forgot to mention one thing. The house is in the middle of a cemetery.
I feel like this is now just getting really fake and hypothetical.
No, it's not.
You have to give me the name of this house.
I can't give you the name of it because I want to see if you would do it. And I'm
Yes.
leaving pieces out because as I find out, money changes.
Well, how big is the house?
Is it the
It's-
average?
it's
Do I
big.
get something?
Yes, you get a bed.
I get a
There's a
bedroom.
horror movie about that called
Yeah,
Shallow
actually,
How many
Yeah.
Grave.
bathrooms are there?
It's about 15 bedrooms.
There's an
How
old
many
movie
bathrooms?
called Shallow Grave
6,
where
7 bathrooms.
it's this,
Okay.
it's these three guys, these three people have a house, and one of their people that's boarding with them dies, and they have a sack of like $15,000, and suddenly they go, well, what do we do? Do we keep the money and dispose the body, or do we tell somebody and they take the money?
I saw a movie like that.
Yeah, that's called Shallow Grave.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Knowing myself, I'd probably sleep for like 16 hours.
You don't sleep anyway.
Well, that's why I would say I'm saving it for the trip.
Now, would you guys have one person up
Yeah.
all night to
Two
keep
people
an eye?
at least.
To
Yeah.
keep an eye on it?
No.
Yeah, but you guys are all sleeping in separate rooms. See, the kicker here is that if you're united in one room is one thing.
Yeah.
But when you guys start separating yourselves, I never understood that.
No, that's why I would always have a buddy.
Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I
Leave my
like the
side.
movie The Cabin in the Woods. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah.
It's
I've seen Cabin in the Woods. It's
What's
an
up?
awesome movie.
So basically, it pokes fun at all those cliches, but also the things that people love in horror films and what people hate in horror films.
I love horror films. I love them. Dawn can't stand it, but I
That's my
love
favorite
them.
genre.
I always wanted to make one. I love them. I think that they are outstanding to be
Well, you know,
scared.
you guys, you know what the studio that created the horror film was?
Hammer.
Universal.
Oh yeah, that they
You know
created
the classic Universal horror monsters? They created it back in during the silent era with Hunchback of Notre Dame.
There's a company in California and Atlanta called Horror Films 101. Maybe I can get them to come in here. They do low budget horror films and they sell them for 8 times the money that they use to make them. So if they $1 million, the last one was $8 million, you can invest in them. That's how I met these guys.
Let's circle back to St. Augustine for a second because I have something to say about it.
Okay.
So the only time I went was during the 4th grade on a field trip, and we were at this hotel, and my mom was like downstairs because she was a chaperone, so she was downstairs, and like she was talking to whatever, and I was trying to call her because she took my phone for some reason, and like I was trying to call her on the hotel phone, so I was just like, boo 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 boo, hello, and she wasn't answering because the hotel phones always have like the first few numbers you have to put in first. And so I put in like some number and so I'm like, hello? And then this person who sounds like my mom comes back and she's like, hello? And I'm like, Mom, can you please come back up? And the person said, I'm sorry, you just called 911.
So you call the police?
Accidentally.
How the hell? You called 911 accidentally.
I don't know. But they came anyway, even though I told them, please don't. I was just trying to call my mom. And I haven't.
So you
got-
call 911.
It was an accident.
Okay.
I don't like St. Augustine.
I don't.
I hate St. Augustine
Why?
because of that.
They tried
It
to
was a
get
terrible core
They tried to
memory.
get my dad on the sex registry there.
They
On the
what?
what?
He was at bars.
You were on a sex registry?
No, they tried to get my dad. He was at a bar, and he's told me this story multiple times. He was walking around late at night, and he was pissing in an alleyway, and a cop came up to him and tried to arrest him for public indecency, and that would put him on the registry because he, was peeing. In the
Urination in public
Yeah.
is a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
So you go to court, you fight that.
Well, he ended up not doing it.
That's because your father was probably drunk and became.
Oh, 100%.
He became a little bit loud and
100%.
argumentative.
Turned around without putting it back
Well,
in. Showing the cop. What's
But
up?
that, then you know what?
Yeah.
Then he just got charged.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I'm pretty sure that's also public indecency as well. Probably.
Yeah.
You come up with a story, and then as you go along in the story, you sort of hung your own man. So
Yeah.
don't tell the story.
It's the statute of limitations. This happened a while
Thank
ago.
goodness. Thank goodness. You ever urinate in public and get caught?
Not get caught, but urinate in public,
you
of
did?
course. Yeah.
But you have? You guys have? Women have? Yes? You
No,
don't?
thank you.
Never have
I
done
don't
that?
want to squat.
Ever peed in a pool?
No.
Never? In a pool?
I hate peeing in pools.
I didn't say poop in the pool. I said pee in a pool.
But she was thinking it.
Peeing in pools.
So what do you do?
And
You get up
oceans.
and you go...
I leave and go to the bathroom.
And you don't do it in the ocean either?
No.
Nobody pees in the
I hate
ocean?
it, and I like to be ignorant that no one.
I don't-
else does
Let's
it.
go in the ocean.
No.
You would go in the ocean?
I recently went to the ocean.
Or somebody got to feed the fish.
Please.
Ew. Is that what they
So
eat?
for real.
Of course.
We were in.
Well, some scavengers.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Every fish you've eaten has eaten someone's poo, sooner or later.
My friends and I, we were at the Pompano Beach because that's where we all live, and the beach is like, all right, it's like an okay beach. Like the Boca Beach is way nicer, but that's the one we live close to, and we were in the water having fun. One of our friends was laying on the sand, and she calls us over, and she's like, "Look what's going on over here." And there's this guy walking into the water, just like completely nonchalant, like nothing, butt-ass naked, completely naked.
Yeah, there's a lot of beaches like that here.
Yeah, but that's not the Pompano Beach, and there's like plenty of kids around, and then he's just like dolphin diving through the water, completely
Dolphin
naked.
diving. Hey, you seem
that
very
the Boca
intent on
Beach
watching
you said?
all of this
Don't
man's
go to
moves.
Dewey Beach in Delaware then.
Dewey Beach?
I
Don't
went to
It
Delray.
is-
don't go up
Field
to
trips.
Jupiter.
Bio Central.
Jupiter.
Go up to Jupiter. They have naked beaches all over the place. Somebody
They got
in this
them in
studio
mind.
goes to the naked beaches.
Who's that?
I can't tell her. It's her
She's-
story.
No, she said it.
Oh, Karen?
Yeah, she said it on air.
Karen goes to naked
Yeah.
beaches.
Well,
Karen
it's
looks
so
like she would do
it's
that.
so okay in
Whoa.
so many other
No, she
countries.
seems
It's
like
just
she'd
like
try it,
here
yeah.
that it's like so weird to be naked.
Because
Listen.
we get
But-
weird with naked people.
Yeah,
like,
but
we're
like if you go to
"Eh."
Europe, you're gonna. See,
All
like,
I'm saying
everything.
is there's certain people that should not be naked. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Certain
This-
people.
This is the one that this is where it's proud to be an American. I believe in public decency.
So you shouldn't be naked at the beach?
You should be naked at a beach that's a naked beach, a nude beach.
Yeah.
But not no random Pompano beach. No, I shouldn't
No,
see a
no,
naked man.
That
No.
guy might have been
That
drunk.
is-
So
She's on the
no, we
register saying
figured out
about-
the lore behind him.
But what about women that wear like the string bikinis that are practically nude? I mean, practically.
But that's not my problem.
They got
their
a
stuff
ribbon.
is covered still,
Yeah.
regardless.
Barely.
You're allowed to be shirtless.
The guy literally was walking around with
That
bare
is not a
cheeks out,
pleasant
and there
thought.
were
Thank you.
kids. Like that's completely
Just
different.
gotta throw away my coffee. Thank you for that.
Because a nude beach, you can't have like children there, of course. But there were like children around watching as his elephant trunk flops around, and we're all like,
God.
"What the hell are
Okay,
you doing?"
what I want to know is the reason.
I don't know if that was needed in part of the story.
No, because it's
Elephant.
giving
Elephant. How do you know he was elephantitis? I mean, what is wrong with you?
Because I saw it,
What-
unfortunately.
What are you looking at? Just let the
Because I'm
guy go
looking
in
at
the
him.
water.
He's
Don't be looking at
and
me.
then you know what the funniest
Wow.
bit was? So the cops were called, and the cops pull up, and they come up to my group of friends and I, and they're like, "Have you seen the guy?
The naked
that's
elephant?
the naked guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he was over there. I don't know where he went. He must have left." and they were like, well, could you give a description of him? And I'm like, not really. I mean, he was like, he had long hair, he was naked. What more description do you want from that? And then the cop looked at me and he's like, could you describe him by his pecker?
He said that?
Yeah.
So you told him, yeah, he was an elephant?
We were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's no way.
Because the
I will
cop
never
asked
ever
that.
go to a beach with you again.
Yeah, because
Or poolside, no water, because you're strange.
You're like jinxed.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, jinxed every beach
So we're going to
trip.
put him on the boat next?
Oh, you're gonna have a naked person on air by accident somehow.
That's hilarious.
like a Sasquatch walking in the camera.
Wow. So that's the funniest thing you've ever seen at the beach?
At the beach?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Really?
I mean, what's the funniest thing you've seen at the beach?
Man being chased by seagulls because he had a french fry.
Oh, did anyone in like, I don't know, a long time ago, there was this really viral TikTok that had like 10 million likes, and it was a girl laying in a beach towel and she went to catch a seagull.
Yes.
That's my friend.
Really?
So, yeah.
No way.
Yeah. The girl who took the video was my friend, and then the other girl we were kind of mutuals with, but yeah, so I saw
I've
that.
also seen
I
a
don't
pelican
remember
eat
that
a
video.
seagull.
Why
Yeah.
is that?
It's like,
Go.
Mom, I got a seagull!
Yeah.
That one,
I
yeah.
would stop being friends with that girl who caught the seagull. Why would you
It was a
try
little
to
sad
catch a
and
seagull?
mean, but it's fine.
But it was,
Yeah, 'cause
I
he
feel
was
like
fine.
some people have done it way worse where they really hold.
Yeah.
She held and let go.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Okay. Catch and release.
And this was like
Okay.
2019. We didn't care that much then.
Would you guys have a pet bird?
I've
No,
had-
I'm scared of birds.
They're annoying.
I've
I
had
had-
I've had the little baby parakeets before.
My aunt had one.
But that's the most
when I was
I'll
like
go.
30, and I would have to house sit sometimes for her, and then it died, and then she put it in the freezer without telling me, and then
But
I went
what?
to make her children chicken nuggets. There was a
What
bird
do
in there.
It's a dead
What
frozen
did you want
bird.
to do? Eat it?
I don't know, but it's still there, and it's been
It's
about
like
2 years.
taxidermy.
Ew.
It's like taxidermy, but she didn't want to pay for it,
Yeah,
so she just
she's
stuck it in the
She's
freezer.
a busy gal.
Oh, God.
Single mom of 3. She's a nurse, so I'm letting it slide. But
I like the ones who talk.
I
this
had.
one did.
I used to watch Beretta, and he has that bird that the feathers go like this.
Yeah, yeah.
That. So I got one of those bad boys for like $1,200.
Wow.
Didn't shut up.
Yeah.
That's the
My
problem with
God.
the bird.
At my old job, the cafe in Pompano, we had this one guy. He'd ride a motorcycle, and he had like an actual like jungle bird on his shoulder, and he'd walk in with it.
African
That
gray.
happened to me at Home Depot,
Yeah,
actually.
but it was like it was
Yeah.
green, and it had like the
About the
red,
parrot.
the blue,
Green
the
macaw.
feathers.
This is
Yeah,
way too
Dream
common.
Macaw.
And-
They have a guy in Atlantic
It's just a
Avenue that
Florida
has
thing,
that.
right?
He
Yeah.
has a rope on it. You ever
Friends
seen him?
Island.
Yeah, so he would
He's
walk
huge.
around with it. He'd come into the store, and the first time he came in, when I first started working there, I was like, "Is this guy allowed to come in here with his bird? What if it starts
They
flying
can live
around
up
and
to
stuff?"
60 years.
Yeah.
But no, he was just well acquainted. He's the guy.
The guy in Atlantic Avenue in the summer, he's always there, and he has a rope on the foot. So I guess he's this bird that's left. But this
Yeah.
thing is huge, and he lets you take pictures with him and all that.
So, wow, it is very common. Like,
Yeah,
the
someone-
4 of us have quite literally experienced
one
a
of my
man
regular
walking into
customers
an
had a parrot.
establishment with a parrot on
With-
their shoulder.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, the pirates did it all the time, so.
Yeah, but it is the 21st century, so it's just very...
Yeah, we're
Someone else
moving
brought
to
a
today.
ferret,
Caught me off guard.
Too, to Kona
A
Ice.
ferret?
A ferret. Her name was Tamara.
I don't know
She's
about
actually
that.
the sweetest thing. We give her a little
Ferrets
cup of ice
smell.
I
cream.
had a ferret.
This
They're
one
mean.
didn't. He took very good care of her.
Ferrets
love
stink
ferrets.
so bad.
Oh, they're stinky.
Like if you
Yeah.
go into PetSmart, the only spot that stinks is the ferret spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you ever have a couple of friends that have a very weird pet?
Mhm.
Like I knew a guy had a goat.
I had a chinchilla. For
I
a
was
My
the
friend has a
person with the weird
raccoon.
pet.
You were the one with
I've
the
had
weird.
so many types
I
of
had a
pets.
friend who had a hedgehog.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me and my old
That's
girlfriend
cool.
had a
That's so
veiled chameleon that we named Tequila.
I had a chinchilla for a little bit. I had a tarantula.
No,
my
my
mom,
mom-
my mom worked at a pet store, so if the animals were sick, usually it
Aw.
was dogs, but sometimes there were
Tarantula.
exceptions.
I had
Yeah, they had tarantulas.
Don't they eat
No.
people?
No.
What?
We had sometimes we would have hermit crabs, gerbils were actually ours. But yeah, my mom worked at a pet
Yeah.
store, so we just.
What's
bring
a
plastic
chinchilla?
animals.
What is that?
It's
That's
a
the
big,
South
fluffy-
America. It's like an equatorial
They bathe in
rodent.
like these little
Yeah.
dust baths.
They
and
also-
they're
They're
so
very
cute.
soft.
Because,
They're so
because
cute.
they can't be in the water because it like dries within their fur and it gets moldy because the fur is so thick.
Mm.
Hello.
I had a sugar glider.
The hell is that?
Oh, I love those.
It's like a
Squirrel?
squirrel.
Flying squirrel.
It's almost like you could consider it a squirrel. It's not a squirrel, but
That's
yeah,
cute.
they like have like a wingspan almost, and when they jump, they can glide a
Did
certain
yours,
amount.
like, do that?
Yeah.
Yours is friendly?
So where do you get one?
My parents went on like some conference trip. This was a while ago. It was when I lived in Virginia, and they literally brought it back home, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck is
That
this?"
is
And
so
I had it
cool.
for
Well, the
years.
pet possum in Virginia.
Possum. Those
Possum.
animals are ugly.
It was.
Actually,
well,
they
it
do
was
a lot of
actually
beneficial
domesticated,
stuff for
and
us.
I got to pet it.
What's your opinion on
It
raccoons?
was on a possum themed.
Little trash pandas.
Domesticated raccoons are
Their
amazing. They're
hands
great
are
pets.
so
My friend, yeah, my friend in
I saw
Pompano.
one. I actually saw one steal somebody's welcome mat out the dog door.
Oh, raccoons go through my
Yeah.
trash all the
If
time.
you
We
get
have a
a
brick
rabies
on
or
our trash
something,
can
they bite
now.
You can get a shot.
My friend in Pompano, she had a
It's very cool. My
baby
friend had
one
one.
get left in front of her house, and she would hear it go like meh, meh, meh. So she
Little
went out
trash
there
pandas.
and was like, "Oh, it's like a baby kitten or something." And then she sees that it's like a little naked, nasty-looking raccoon, and she has photos of it. I'm sure if I text her, I could get them. It looks so gross.
I had a raccoon.
Does she still have it?
Always have like the
Hmm?
jazz hands.
Does she still have
She
it?
still has it.
I
And,
had
like,
a
she's domesticating it. and
Like
everything?
she's domesticating it, and it's like gross.
I had a raccoon destroy my garage in New York City. It was him and his family. And,
See, all y'all that say raccoons are cute haven't experienced stuff like
but
Freddie
this
and I.
raccoon tore up the
Thank
roof
God.
and the water where the water spot is. So I see it. So I went and I got my bat. And it was walking across to go destroy the rest of my garage. I hit this damn thing with everything I had. And it just looked at me.
Like what?
I
What
know.
the? What?
And I guarantee you that raccoon was the size of a small dog.
It was. It
Yeah.
was
Raccoons can be
huge.
No, because they get big.
It was huge.
Well,
So
you know the
I hit it,
Japanese
they
have a
left.
version,
After I
too.
hit them, they left. But the garage, it cost me like $3,000.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that they have them in Japan as well? But they're called tanukis.
No, tanukis
That
are
sounds
a mythical
cuter.
creature.
Tanuki's what?
Tanukis are fake. They're mythical creatures.
No, they're real things.
No, they're not.
Check it out.
Google it.
Google it. You have Google.
Look it up.
Okay.
A tanuki.
It's a type of Japanese
Tanuki
raccoon.
Mario. That's a.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah, he's.
Raccoon Mario?
Yeah,
It's
Tanuki.
it's the one from Super Mario Brothers 3
Oh,
where
that's
he's got the
my
raccoon.
I thought the word
Based off of a
Tanuki
tanuki.
was Japanese for raccoon.
I thought it was too, but I heard that it was mystical also.
Oh, it's on the other screen. You got to bring it all the way to the left.
It's like you go to Japan to the forest of death.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
the
That's cool, yeah.
Okagahara
real.
wood.
It's a Japanese raccoon dog.
It's a canid that is endemic to Japan.
You see
So
that?
it's real?
Oh
It's
wow!
real.
Shit.
Never
It's
doubt
real.
Michael's fun facts.
Never doubt.
It's real.
Well,
Michael
that's the benefit
is-
when you have a photographic memory and an encyclopedic
Look at
knowledge.
this.
Yeah, Michael's an encyclopedia.
Michael, well, not all his information is always real. You gotta fact check.
Yeah.
But there you have
There's a
it.
fine
He
line
sounded
between fiction and
confident in that one.
fiction and nonfiction.
Michael will reason with the ghost
Well-
in the house.
Well, actually,
Sit down and talk to it.
Yeah.
well, yeah. That's.
Do you
sometimes-
really want to haunt me? I
You're
can
not-
tell you so much.
You're not supposed to be here.
Well, no, because the thing is, sometimes ghosts they linger because of unfinished business, right? Well, maybe you have a conversation with them. You can find
Hey,
out what
Dawn?
they want, and get them to pass.
Come here, we
on.
got a question for you.
Oh,
If we
yes.
were in that house, though, I would not do like a Ouija board or anything.
Give
Why
Dawn,
would you board?
give
No.
Dawn, give
Do
Dawn
it.
the
I'm
I'm
mic.
not-
not,
falling
I'm not
asleep.
testing any.
Give Dawn the mic.
I think
Dawn.
he's sleeping with the mic in his hand. Jules, did you sleep last night?
I woke up at.
It's the tough questions
Hi,
I
Dawn.
ask.
I remember back to the possum. It was
What
it
happened?
was possum themed.
I just stayed up. I just stayed up doing whatever my own artistic projects.
It's like I entered the
Did
Twilight
you,
Zone.
did you go to sleep at all?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I slept at 2 in the morning.
Okay, hold on. Let's ask Dawn the question. So this group you see in front of you, it's gotten bigger.
Yeah, there's people everywhere. Right?
Okay, so $1 million on the table. Stay in a haunted house for 2 nights with no phone, no nothing. It's in the middle of a cemetery. Would you do it?
And
No, you didn't say
15
where
people
15
have
people
died in
died.
the house,
No.
and it's this group of people.
Yes,
You
this
wouldn't do
group.
that?
Hey, no, I'm not being
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, we're
Yes,
all
thank
together.
you.
guys? Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's
No,
the
but
question.
would-
Am I alone or with you guys?
No,
With
we're
us.
with the group. You're with the group
I think
with
with
us.
us makes it
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
worse.
Some
I
of
think
us,
all
some
of us there, the
said
ghosts
that-
got, I'm out of here.
Some of us feel that we maybe wouldn't choose this group, but we would do it with like our friends.
It's for 2 days. I'd do that for like $1,000. Like, 2 days?
So out of the million, you'll get 1,000. The rest of us will split the
Well,
rest.
no.
of it.
There you go. Yeah.
With this
Would you
group,
do
I
it?
win.
With this crew, with you, yeah.
With me.
Yeah.
Just you two?
Yeah, I'm the first.
Oh.
I'm the first
Protect
one.
all of us.
I'm the first one. You're gonna have to change my pamper.
I would so do that. I'm actually down to do that show. The one that you and Jay are talking
Oh
about.
yeah, we want to do it, but I don't know. Gotta figure out
but Cece?
logistics and.
Oh wait,
Please,
Brianna
no.
has
With
one. Brianna, did you talk? Those ladies are coming in from the haunted house in Davie.
The haunted house in Davie.
Yeah,
old
those
Davie
two
school?
ladies that I gave. They have their names are similar.
Oh, they're from the haunted house?
Yes.
You mean
Duh.
they're coming in on the 11th. Oh, you mean the old Davie school?
Yes.
Oh, I've been
Listen.
there once before.
There's our first location, guys.
I used to.
But can I be the clown?
Yes. I thought of you guys.
Can I please
I'll just
talk
come no
about
matter
the
what, so in
awesome-
case we don't
I
find
thought they just
anything,
did
just
improv.
see a
They're
clown.
You're just a
Then you'll
comedic
just
relief.
jump
Hold
out
on,
of random,
hold on,
out of
hold on.
random drawers.
Hold on. I had on the air at the radio station a group of people. I think you met them, right, Dawn? Who were same thing Cece does. He
I
haunts
sent them to my
ghosts.
parents' house. Remember?
Yes.
Key West Paranormal
Yeah.
Society, and they found things.
And they found
reported
things.
them. Yeah.
And these people had a show on Thursday nights, and they came on the radio, and the radio station went dark. Remember that? Everything went out. The
I
phones,
believe it.
the radio set, everything went out, and the generator would not kick in. They had this generator downstairs. And Bob Moranci says, do not bring that group back. And he says, in my 50 years of
Never
doing
had
this,
that
I've
happen.
never seen that happen before. So be very careful when you invite them in.
100%.
Because you weren't inviting them in
We're
by
not
bringing
inviting
them.
them in. I'm inviting the ladies in.
Doesn't matter.
They do improv.
You do what?
Who, the vampires?
The vamp? What?
They do
What?
improv.
They do improv with the ghosts.
They do improv? I thought they were haunting ghosts.
No, vampires, you have to let it. That's a specific
With
lore.
vampires,
You
they
have to let
can't
them
enter
listen.
a
Okay,
residence
there's
unless
two
you
things
invite
that
them
they
in.
do.
Yeah.
They lead tours
that?
at the old Davie School, but they also have an improv group that I thought would be kind of fun to do here.
Yeah, Wednesday the 11th.
Both of
Like
those
a-
are
like
equally
a-
as fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Sophia.
So let's try to get somebody that does haunted mansion stuff.
Haunted house.
Ghost haunted. Yeah, that's stuff. Let's see if we can get them in here. Cece doesn't count because Cece sings. I need somebody who he knows.
We
The
need somebody
supernatural.
Like this is their craft.
Yes, that's
like,
what I'm
they
looking
take this
for.
seriously.
Thank you
This
for
is
your
what
words
they-
of English.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking
Can we
of
find
that,
that?
do you guys know that the new Universal theme park opens tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yes.
heard about that. But we're not talking about that, Michael. We're talking about ghosts.
Because they have a whole
Yeah, but we're not talking about that, Michael. I want us to find somebody who comes in here and sets up gizmos. Check it out. We are spending a night in here with the gizmos to find out if there's a ghost.
Jay and I see things all the time.
Wait, I love this.
Yeah.
Can we so do this?
Actually,
Yeah.
you can meet them all at
If you
like
find me a
conventions and
company,
stuff.
we'll put this up.
All right, I'll reach
But
out.
everybody has got to stay. I don't
we
want to
can go
hear
live
you got
for
a
a little
cramp.
too.
I don't want to hear you're sick. I don't want to
If you want me to stay
hear.
here overnight, you're gonna have to pay me.
Okay, so you can stay home. Next.
I need Diet Coke.
Coke Zero.
Coke
I
Zero.
agree. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
I didn't know
You
if
can
anyone
easily
agreed with
make
that.
that
What is it with you
Yes,
people?
we
What?
can make that happen.
Freddie.
I was so
There's
summer
always
party.
a paranormal group
love
at
summer
a
parties.
convention.
Summer party.
At conventions, like the one that's in September.
Okay, everybody, stop it with the sidetracking here, the soda and everything else. Can we find the company first?
Yes, I
Set it up.
I'll
I have
find it.
one.
You have one? Okay, let's
You
bring
know
them
who
in.
it is,
Oh, I know
yeah.
who it is. I don't think they'll make it. I don't think they'll
We
make
gotta
it.
set a date so I can take off of work.
Yeah, but you know how ghosts work, right? One of you may get
ghosts work.
one of you may get possessed.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Not it.
You sure you wanna do
happened
this?
Quite a few times, so yeah.
Ghosts
Oh
don't
my
have the
god,
power
wait,
to
we
possess.
have
All of us.
in
Which one do you
June.
think is gonna
In
be the
June
first
there's
to
a
get
Friday the
You.
13th.
Me?
No.
It's whoever's the weakest mentally.
That's
Wow.
not me.
I
I'm
mean,
not
that's
mentally.
That's a crazy way to say it.
Sorry,
No, but it's true.
Sorry,
It's true.
Gio.
It's
I'll be the
true.
last person to get
Gio's not
possessed,
even
so I
here.
can
Yeah,
get first
how would
to
they-
get-
they-
Can't believe you said that.
What do you mean?
Gio,
What do
you
Gio's not
mean?
here. He's
He's disappeared. They took him
In
to the Twilight
next
Zone.
month there's a Friday the 13th.
It's easier for them to do anything they want to you if you're mentally not
Yeah.
okay, if you're mentally weak.
All right, you ready to say goodbye?
Yeah.
We'll
we
leave
gotta,
that
we
in.
gotta plan a lock-in.
Yeah.
Gotta plan a ghost
All right,
hunt.
join us at midday. Dawn, you gonna be here?
I'm here.
Oh, you
I'm
see?
here.
Now I want you to see how I handle it and how you would handle it.
What made it?
Dawn will be here with us midday. Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah, but normally we'd say, "Ain't not here, beep 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 beep," like the Morse code
I'm here.
parrot.
And we got exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff. Okay. All right. We'll see you at midday. Don't be late. Love you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.